The first rates clearly kicking in. I'm just going to scan my screen to look at the first rates now. I think there's a block deal in IDBI Bank, 36.5 for IDBI Bank. Future retail is at 128. It came down to 70, 75. So it's moving from circuit to circuit. There is smart. Again those two-digit stocks, guys. You've got Bank of Baroda, you've got IDBI Bank, you've got Vodafone, you've got BHEL, which is at 36 now. You've got State Bank of India, not a two-digit stock, but it has 194. South Indian Bank, Shipping Corporation of India. So if I check the pure volume activity in the market right now, I think it is very largely evident in some of the two-digit stocks. Metropolis, Vivek was telling us that a block deal could be done. Look like it's been done. It's at 14.10 now. Glenmark Pharma, 10% down in the last 2 days. ICICI Bank holding steady at 376. And then you've got Bajaj Finance, which is now almost at 3100. Page Industries is the one which I want to look at because they've come out with horrible, terrible and pathetic set of numbers. And our market's really reacting to Page Industries. For me, that is the real strength of the market, that when you are ignoring bad news and when you're over reacting to good news. So Page Industries, poor set of numbers, drop in margin to 10%. And where is the stock right now? It's not in there in one of the top losers. So it's a good start, Aisha. You're off the blocks, and I think clearly bulls again have some degree of advantage or lead in the way forward.
Yeah, just a word on the page. While sure the numbers are weak, but you've got strength in the balance sheet, good cash flows. Weak numbers is something that was anticipated by the street in any case. The one stock that I just want to quickly mark is Bajaj Finance. What a move it has seen in the last 1 month. We were chatting about this yesterday, as well as the kind of relentless strength that you've seen in Bajaj Finance and the kind of dip buying that you've seen, and very sustained at that. So 3,000 plus levels in Bajaj Finance continues to look good even now. OMCs moving up on as fuel stations are opening up, expectation of a bumper Q1 as well on the back of inventory gains. So just look out for what the OMC stocks do in trade from here. And I also want to check in what Reliance is doing after the takeaways from the annual report, them saying that they're working to complete the contours of the deal with Saudi Aramco. They've highlighted the weakness in the petchem business as well, or the refining business. So just look out for what Reliance Industries as well does. Pushing now 3,100 for Bajaj Finance. And L&T, what a rock-solid move on this one yesterday. Was the leader within the Nifty names, about a 6.5% uptick on L&T yesterday. Just revisit that name as well for the benefit of our viewers. Glenmark, that was the problem one. About a 30% move which came by the news the day the drug got the Indian FDA approval, and since then you're seeing the stock ease off just that wee bit. Today again it's in the red. Naukri, 8cell Technologies, DLF, Indebulls Housing in the red. On the flip side, BOB, good numbers. We just heard from the management, 5.5% uptick on the stock. Bandhan Bank, NCC, Jindal Steel, BHEL are some of your other movers in trade. Well, guess what? 10,500 here, and it's a rock-solid breath as well to start off trade with. CK, your first thoughts on how trade is so far? The momentum clearly is intact.
Well, certainly looks to be intact because both indices are showing some small green tick, no doubt. So that's that's a positive indication, because we had finished the day near the top end yesterday, and that smacked of some short covering action also. But the very fact that we are seeing follow-through price action and not some immediate sell-off from the open, that clearly indicates that buyers are still there in the market and pitching there. The only complaint I would have at the moment is that we are not really seeing some big names in the gainers list. The top gainer is Bank of Baroda. Now that was because of the the results numbers, and then you got a couple of other smaller names, BHEL, Jindal Steel, NCC, etc. So I would want to see some big names up there in the gainers list and not on the losers list. So that would probably propel this thing ahead a little more. And we have the banking components all at about even. So the bank Nifty is not going to charge up right now. It's the Nifty components which are doing better today. So probably today is going to be a day when the Nifty is going to lead the bank Nifty. and therefore we should be concentrating on Nifty and its components today if we are going to be intraday traders. At least that is what is the scene near the open.
Oh yes, indeed. Today the support's coming in from the likes of PSU banks, metals as well as media, but no doubt one can't get your eyes off the headline number 10,500, 0.5%, so edging higher too for the broader universe. And the constituents on the frontline index include the likes of Asian Paints, Hero Moto, NTPC, M&M as well as Bajaj Finance and ITC. Let's get in a word then on what's happening with Reliance Industries that continues to remain a key newsmaker. 1726. Dr. Narayan, comment on the trajectory here, whether you think that there is a little bit of fatigue now at the current levels, or do you think that the scope for going up continues to remain strong?
See, the stock is, met with a little bit of profit taking of that, there is no doubt. But then if you place that profit taking from what, 1780, 85 down to 1725, that's a very small movement in the context of a huge rise. The average price it was maintaining was at about 1550, and then you had this 200 rupee rise. So a 20-30 points fall in a 200 rupee rise has to be seen merely as some mild profit taking by somebody or the other, and that's bound to happen in a stock which is in a runaway mode. And then now I think perhaps the continuous positive triggers which were showing up for Reliance, maybe they have eased off a bit, but I don't think the stock is really going to suffer, and we are going to see it remain here and perhaps even try to push higher once again if the market remains steady to better from here. So I'm not a bear on Reliance. I would definitely use pullbacks, these set of pullbacks, to be a buyer in that stock.